What's up, Dream Media family? This is Zach and Chase. We're out here in Colorado over in Vail Valley. We just finished up a nice little upgrade for an existing homeowner on URC's new Total Control platform. Now, throughout this entire home, with one button press, every single component can be controlled. This is a 10-year-old home that Chase pretty much completely gutted. If you guys are interested in seeing that video, I'll have to drop the link up here. If you guys would like to purchase URC or anything technology related for your home, we are your go-to technology provider here in Vail Valley and would love the opportunity to earn your business. Today's video, we're going to be discussing URC and how it can enhance your quality of life. All right, guys, let's get into it. Welcome back, Dream Media family. So in today's video, we're going to be discussing URC and how it was able to enhance this customer's quality of life here in Vail, Colorado. Over to you, Chase.
Yeah, so we chose URC, one of our favorite control platforms at this house, and that really starts with two things: flexibility and reliability. URC is at the forefront of both of those categories, which allows us to come into a 10, 15-year-old existing system and mix and match components from way back in the day, to a brand new controller that I just unboxed a couple weeks ago. And that flexibility really allows us to start in the rack, get a rock solid central structure, and then come back for some of these older components when it's time.
Yeah, it's amazing how many third-party drivers URC has to own.
The most.
This is the OG control company. Here at Dream Media, we believe in offering all the industry-leading manufacturers, so we have other control platforms to choose from, but this is our go-to. And the reason is it's robust and it's reliable. I love the example that URC, one of their old complete control systems, is still being used on Air Force One today. So that is just a testament to how long these systems have been deployed in the field and how long they can continue to operate in the field with proper management, which Jace has really set this house up for success. So in today's video, we're going to deep dive into what was done inside of this home in order to simplify the homeowner's life and integrate as many third-party products that are featured throughout this home into one easy-to-use platform. Next, we're going to get into all the details. Now I'm going to toss it off to Chase, our regional sales manager, to really get into the nitty-gritty. Over to you, Chase.
Right on.
All right.
So I came into this house and they had a good wiring backbone to the home for the most part. This was the third renovation of the tech system since in this system's life. And unfortunately, during some of the, I guess you'd say like designer renovations where they're redoing the walls, redoing wood trims, new doors, stuff like that, a lot of the AV infrastructure was cut. So URC is the provider we went with for this control system, allows me the most flexibility on the market to tackle some of these harder homes where we lost wire infrastructure. Maybe we've got older technology mixed with brand new stuff that came off the line in 2024. We just really wanted that flexibility. Battery backup to keep the rack from going down hard. Then on top of that, we've got not only surge protectors, making sure that all the equipment is receiving proper voltage and clean power at all times, but that those power strips talk to the network and allow me to program in a self-healing network so that if the URC controller was to, for some reason, fall offline, or if there was a handshake issue between Comcast Business Service and our Arachnus router in the rack, that is self-healed through the system. So with the main components set up, and I just want to make it clear that these are programmed hard onto the power ports so that in the event of a power outage, it's running hard downloaded program. It's not reaching to the cloud to ask what to reset. So when the house loses connectivity, the computer rack knows what to do to get itself back online without me being here in person. With that addressed, the most important part of every home after power is network, which really does become the center of the show in a control, in a modern control platform, since most of the communication in the house happens over network. There are a few IR devices that are centrally run from the rack, but everything that's not on that is being controlled either IP directly or IP secondarily. And what I mean by that is on some of the really remote locations in this house where I only had one data cable, but maybe 5-6 devices that needed control, I'm able to use the URC control platform via their MRX4IR, which is a single room solution that I can run over Wi-Fi or a single Ethernet cable, and then lets me branch out and control a whole subnet subsystem in the house. After that, we brought in all our really sweet URC gear, which every single piece of product that went into this home was unboxed in our longer form content, and its purpose in the home explained as we went. But we have an MRX 12 as our primary processor, as well as 2 MRX 5s on far sides of the home and wired locations, and an MRX 4IR down in the gym. That's kind of its really own island down there, and that guy's actually running off of Wi-Fi, because I had one internet cable coming down to that part of the house, so obviously our access point went on that. And then beyond that, I was able to jump into our secondary single room controller from URC and really just grasp that space. We've got an old school DVD player for workout movies. We've got a quad, more of, not really, I would say, like an entertainment zone. Now, when you're watching TV, it does go through the entertainment center, but it's not something we'd consider like a 5.1 or whatever. It's really a 4-speaker distributed audio system that, since it was a local island, I also repurposed for the AV content. After we got done with all the URC gear, then we get into the really fun end pieces for the client. We have Apple TVs, Fire Sticks, 2 brand new Sonos port named for the client specifically. So when they go into the app, they click on their own name. They're not having to worry about opening Spotify, casting to Sonos, going to Sonos, turning the zone on, and then opening up a third party, what would be the URC app. They go directly into their URC app. They can hit their favorites, call on their favorite playlist from Spotify right there, group their zones as much as they want through the house, and then keep going. Before, when I first arrived here, it wasn't really working, but the distributed audio system was functioning off of an older Sonos infrastructure, but it was a type of system where you had to walk to each keypad individually located in the room, start and set your volume there. So if you were trying to do, let's say, host a party where you had music throughout the whole home, you were walking to 12 different rooms and fidgeting with an in-wall keypad. Whereas now, either from my URC touchscreen, my remotes, or my phone app, I can pick my favorite music, assign it to a room, and set volumes for each zone specifically just from this native app. I can also call on my party modes. So here we have 3 modes for listening in this house. We have the what we've labeled the main floor, which is this great room area that extends into the master wing, outdoor patio, upstairs lobby, and an office. So they can call on main zone, just play here. In the lower section of the house, they have a party mode called, lower zone, which is where their son resides. So when he's trying to play music, he can go ahead and blast music throughout the entire bottom floor, out on the patio by the jacuzzi, without bothering what's going on up here music wise. And then we have your typical party mode, which is every single speaker in the house jamming out, creating a vibe that just you can't really experience till you're in a home and can hit 2 buttons and listen to music in every zone in the house, versus having to spend 6-7 minutes to get your home running, to the point where you end up not using this technology you've invested in because it's such a time commitment on your behalf. I just discussed everything that we did new, but we were able to integrate a legacy Lutron system into URC. Lutron has a processor that's tied into the rack, and I was able to bring that in, shake hands with URC. And now, because they did have a Lutron system, but it wasn't a modern Lutron system that had app access before. So typically that leaves you to whatever pre-programmed scenes are housed on the controller internally from the original install. So he had one button in the master bedroom that did a whole house off. That's the only place you could access that. So if he's, hit his car on the driveway, he's now coming in, walking down 2 floors, going in, hitting the whole house off, then dipping back out of the house. Now everything is centralized. So instead of having to use all these keypads, which are great to have for guests, or just when you're walking through the home, you're transitioning through a space to hit the keypads. Now that's all accessible from the app, can be set up on scheduling, and we can now create whatever scenes we want. So the base Lutron deployment, they have scenes in here, and that's great. But now we have the freedom to really micromanage. Do you want a dining scene? Do you want a movie scene? Do you want a low lit walkway when you're going to the bathroom in the middle of the night? Or when you're coming in late at night, not wake your partner up? You don't need the lights turning on at 100%, and that gives us the control here. So we've showed this in a ton of videos in the past. Zach's house is set up the same way. We can control every light load to a percentage through our URC app, and really just brings together every smart system. Same thing with the Ring doorbell camera with that integrated. Now we've eliminated 4 or 5 apps in the home down to a single user interface that really makes it digestible, not only for the homeowner, but for guests. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to come in here, look at whatever room you're in, because the pictures of the room in URC match what's physically behind me. So if I'm looking at the hearth room, I am literally staring at this. It's not hard to locate where I am. And then it kind of walks me through it. I've got my entertainment, my music options here, and URC, I don't want to say hold your hand, but just makes it a thoughtless process and thoughtless user interaction at the end of the day. So awesome stuff. I'd love to dive into our local zones and keep chugging through here. Thanks for joining us today.
All right, Dream Media family, that is a wrap on this stunning modern mountain home out here in Vail Valley. We've had a really good time out here checking out this incredible project. It was great to meet the homeowner and see that he's satisfied and enjoying the system. I really like from an outside perspective, just watching you guys, him asking his questions and you being like, oh yeah, that's easy to add in. You know, I love how you explain how these systems work for the homeowner and how you really customize every single home automation system specific to that homeowner. So in closing, I'd like you to give a little insight into, just give some examples on how these systems aren't just a one control system fits all. It may look like that when you're shopping online.
Yeah.
Like a lot of homeowners are considering like Control 4, Josh AI, URC, but I think more than the control platform that you choose, it's how the programmer customizes the home to fit the homeowner's needs. So just elaborate a little bit on that, Chase.
Yeah, well, these control platforms wouldn't be on the market if they didn't work, right?
Yeah.
And I run into so many homes that don't work, and they go, ugh, the control platform is my problem. It's really your integrator. It really, you know, if your integrator comes in and he doesn't touch your network, I don't know what to tell you, your home's not gonna run for that long. So it really starts with getting in, and I do deploy a pretty base system in every home, and that's like more of a learning experience, right?
That's
so
like the day one system.
Yeah, so we're still, right now, we're kind of in that middle phase here, where we started with that day one system that's easy to digest, doesn't maybe have all the bells and whistles built in, but isn't overwhelming for a homeowner to dive in and get used to it. Give them a couple weeks, a month or two, they get used to that.
I know what they're asking questions like, could the system do this?
And that's when we come back. That's when the magic happens. That's when we start doing your custom scenes. So I came in here and I spoke about like the audio scenes.
Yeah.
So those are base deployed because that's easy to use. I'm on the main floor, click to main floor.
Yep.
But now let's get more micro, like the client's morning routine, where now we can have lights dimmed a certain way in the master bedroom and bath, music starting lightly in the office, master bedroom, master bath on their favorite playlist. And it just keeps expanding. If you can think of it, once a proper infrastructure is put in, that can be a reality in your home.
Yeah, and my home is a prime example. I've tried to be the guinea pig here in Colorado.
For every platform, every integration,
to ensure that every single thing that we sell here through media we can stand behind and we believe in. So my home is a testament to really how complex you can make these systems. My home is just working its tail off all day long now.
Yeah.
Automatically. I mean, it's shades adjusting. I mean, I have 40, 50 shades and every single one is doing different things throughout the day. Every single light load is doing different scenes throughout the day and really adapting to the sun. It's following the weather app and it's following my IP address on my phone. It's kind of creepy. The system's watching me. but I love it because when I pull up to my house with the URC's proximity sensor, actually it's not that, it's geofencing is the terminology. Geofencing is the tech that's used. It's
natively built in.
My IP address to my phone,
Yeah.
and the URC platform is running in the background. So what's happening is I get within 50 yards, 150 feet ish of my house, and literally right as I enter from the street to the driveway, and my driveway is probably 50 feet long, as I'm making that transition from the street into the garage, I can see the shades going up, my lights come on, and before I even come into the house, before I even get out of the car, now my favorite playlist is playing throughout the house.
Yeah, in the garage, as soon as the truck door opens.
I have
Yeah.
in the garage too. Yeah,
You're listening to it on your car, you turn it off, you open the door, it's already there in the house.
I just love it.
Yeah.
I can't get enough of it. So this is where like my home is a testament to how sophisticated and advanced these systems can get. And it's enjoyable.
We don't talk about that enough.
We really don't.
Not only are we like integrating these products, but we're living with them, battle testing them before we deploy them. If I can ensure that these components are going to work rock solid in your house, we're going to recommend a product that does. You know, nobody has time for trial and error in somebody's house. So that's why we use our houses as trial and error.
Yeah.
So everything we recommend has been bulletproof tested in either Zach's house, my house, or Kellen's house, pretty much.
Yeah, correct. We stand behind the products that we sell here at Dream Media. We live, breathe, and we're passionate about everything that we sell. So in today's video, we were just discussing URC in particular. If you guys found this video informative and helping you make a buying decision or you liked it, be sure to give us a big thumbs up. And do not forget to smash that subscribe button down below for more. Until next time, this is Zach and Chase with Dream Media. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you on the next one.